What's going on, guys? So today we are going to look at fixing your snatch balances so they carry over a little bit more to your actual snatch, and so they don't feel like such an intimidating exercise to do with heavy weight. So the key problems I used to have a lot with snatch balances, and I see repeated a lot across lots of different people, is one, they try to send the bar way too high, so the bar ends up crashing down on you really, really hard when you get to the bottom of the snatch. Because if you think about where you're actually catching a snatch, like, and if you look at like where the bar will start, so if you look here, this JPEG here is literally the same height, as my shoulder where the bar is going to be wrapped. Now, if you watch how low this stick gets when I go into my snatch position, look, this is where it is. This is my bottom snatch position. Look how low that is compared to that JPEG, look. So the bar only actually needs to get to like my sternum height. That's basically as high as the bar needs to be for me to catch it. Maybe a little bit higher to give myself some time to lock it and sink it. But if you're going from here, you're driving the bar way up here, and then you're trying to catch it way down here, the bar's going to crash on you super hard. That's one of the things that just makes it feel like you can't feel the weight and you can't catch it very heavy. So the thing that I want you to think about when you're in position to help you out with that is trying to just quarter squat and nudge the bar from here. So you're not actually going to stand up the whole way. You're almost going to do the snatch balance like you're trying to do it underneath like a really low ceiling, and you can't let the bar go that high. So instead of doing this and sending it really high, you're going to drop into a little quarter squat, and you're just going to do this. You're just going to nudge it like that. And if you do that, you should find it's a lot easier to manage the weight. It's also easier to stay relaxed and focus on positions. The next thing that I used to do a lot, and I can see a lot of other people do it, is I wouldn't keep my elbows under the bar to make it easy to punch under, and I do this. I'd keep my back super, super, super tight with my shoulder blades together, so then I couldn't actually move very well from here. And if you look at this position here, look at my back position. For a back squat, this might be okay for some of you, but if I go into a snatch position, I don't catch snatches like this. I catch with a little bit more of a relaxed posture with my chest being back a little bit further like this. But I don't catch snatches like this, so why would I want to start like this? The key thing that I started doing was trying to keep some pressure in my abs, like this, and trying to keep my chest back a bit more like this. So I was sitting a bit more like a front squat and keeping my elbows underneath. Doing these two things, keeping my chest back and elbows under, makes it easier to access the weight quicker when it gets overhead. The next thing I started doing was, to cue myself, was to try and lock the bar just above full depth and then sink. So you're going to think, keep your chest back, keep your elbows under the bar to set yourself up, and then you're going to think, nudge the bar, catch and sink, nudge, catch and sink. So instead of blasting it and dropping to the bottom with a really arched back like this, you're like this and you go like that and it ends up out in front of you. I want you to find your elbows underneath the bar. I want you to find a bit more of a neutral position with your chest back so you're more stacked. You're going to go into a quarter squat. You're going to think nudge, catch above depth, then sink. Nudge, catch, and sink. And you can pause on the catch if you want to, because eventually it will become smooth enough to do this. But whether you're using snatch balance as a warm-up drill or as like a main exercise to help with your heavier snatches, it's a really useful exercise if you can do it a bit more like that. So the height of the bar carries over a bit more to actual snatches. If you want to learn more about this kind of stuff in terms of cues, fixing positions, and just making everything work a bit smoother, making it simpler to understand for everyone, go check out our seminar at Performance Lab in Northern Ireland on the 13th of May. We're going to go through loads of this kind of technical stuff and drills. We're going to go through the principles behind it. We're also going to go through a bit of how to program it, and then we're going to put it into a big session at the end where you're going to max out, but use some of this stuff to help you warm up so that your positions start to make more sense.